This is Spook in Seattle, Operation Officer Windfall. So, on occasion, I had a case officer named Ed. She was a beautiful blonde baby girl. She was sweet. Anyway, one day I was on a bus. I used to carry a gun. I mean, I had to because there was no option. I had to carry a gun. Anyway, but I had this gun in my pocket. It was a big ass 9mm. Anyway, then I'm going down the street. And I see Ed on the side of the street waving her arm up and down and shit. And I said, "Holy fuck!" And the reason is this guy sitting next to me on the bus. It knows I got a 9mm handgun in my pocket, and I could get in big ass trouble because I don't like air dirty laundry, but so anyway, I got off the bus quick and put the gun in my backpack and let go of that. There was a news report on Monday in Seattle that a man had several firearms and plus bomb in a backpack stuff. He was driving around in an Accord, Honda Accord. So you have to put two in. There's a in Kabul, Afghanistan, I guess. There was an explosion killing people. It was a terrorist bomb, and it blew up something like a restaurant. I think it was a restaurant, popular restaurant, like Starbucks is, even though Starbucks is more like a coffee shop. But the moral of the story is, if you can read between the lines, that sometimes people do things, bad things, because they don't care to live or die. That means they're hooked on drugs. Heroin addicts. Heroin addicts will do anything. I wrote a story one time called "The Devil Who American." No, wait. Let's see. Who the Devil American Girl. It's about my life in the future and also in the past. But there's this one part where the president, whoever she is, decides to take special actions against a heroin addict who had bragged to a police officer, a female police officer, that he would do anything for a year's supply of heroin. Well, he was dealt with. So, with that in mind, sort of, and the fact that there is a report on my desk somewhere that a certain holiday tradition will involve a threat, a secondary threat. There's a primary threat, which you know about. The secondary threat is, according to Scuttlebutt, and Scuttlebutt's like rumors, and rumors is like assholes, and everybody's got an asshole, unless you're a conehead. Mr. Conehead didn't have an asshole. It's like, that's so funny. But anyway, there are plans by a terror group, orchestrated by a certain person who refers to himself as Hitler's son. Yeah, Hitler's son. The son of Hitler. Anyway, the son of Hitler says that he's going to have two people, at least two people, carry backpacks or bags or baby carriages or something filled with hand grenades, sort of like in that movie War of the Worlds. Wow, it's such a connection. Anyway, in this scenario, develop as a secondary action. The primary action is more, say, dramatic. It blossoms like tulips or mushrooms or something, moss. But anyway, it's like in that movie Return of the Living Dead, but more severe. So like that's pretty severe. But anyway, this secondary scenario should develop involves a parade or a festival or a beer garden or something, or a church steeple or some other shit. And these people, if you want to call them people, I call them terrorists. I call them Dairy Queens. That's my favorite term for them, Dairy Queens. They're queens of the day. Anyway, they're going to take these bags of hand grenades and they're going to pull the pin on one of them. Each, you know, and then they're going to drop it back into the bag, toss the bag out somewhere, wait 5 seconds, kaboom! Anyway, there goes the neighborhood. And it's, you know, this beer garden. So anyway, and then, you know, there's the other scenario where, well, actually it's the same scenario, it's just a different location. Anyway, the same, almost simultaneously, is like you can hack this, hacky sack. Another sack of grenades, similar scenario, but then different places in the arena of pleasure, like the Garden of Earthly Delights. Pull the pin on one of the grenades, drop it back in the bag, toss the bag out somewhere into the street, or just drop it on the ground and run around the corner and boom, kill a boom, and blows up. Anyway, and that happens, and of course everybody's upset. A lot of people are dead, missing limbs and missing heads, and Santa Claus would be upset on his sleigh, trying to get all the way to Macy's, you know, to settle in for the duration until, of course, December 24th. And if that were to happen, that'd be so sad. If I was a good man with a gun, of course I'm not a good man, I'm not a man at all, and I gave up the gun, I put it away for now, put it back at my desk. It's an HK piss poor gun. I like Browning. I really like Beretta.